Welcome back to another episode of Unique Moments, where we take a moment to breathe, take a moment to pause, reconnecting mind, body, and spirit. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about compassion and abundance. So I pre-shuffled this card, and the card that we're pulling today is abundance. Before I read the card, the way that I've been thinking about and conceptualizing abundance as of very recently has been different than I used to think about it. So immediately I think of stuff, materials, money, resources, riches, wealth, opulence, luxury, just, like abundant living. Just abundant, like a surplus, extra, overflow, more than you need. That's what traditionally I think I've associated abundance with. But lately I don't know if it's just being more in gratitude or being more grateful, but lately I've been thinking about abundance as just like the very basic little things. Like, I'm abundant because I have a roof over my head. I'm abundant because I have food in my fridge to eat. I have my health. I have a sound mind. I have breath in my lungs. I don't have any ailments, sickness, diseases. Like that, and that being an abundant thing. I have free time to read, to write, to create, to play, to watch a movie. I have free space, not only free time, but free space in my mind. I have a clear mind. Um, and just really feeling the abundance of that, because I think of it as like a state of being too. So it's not necessarily just like a lifestyle and a way of living, but being abundant, like taking up space, not shrinking, not contracting, just being very loud and proud, but in a just grateful way, in a way that magnifies gratitude. So that's the way that I've been conceptualizing abundance lately. I don't know when that switch happened, but yeah, I've just been very grateful as of lately. I think sometimes, especially just going about life, the day to day, things are getting crazier and crazier, paying attention to the media, the news, and literally everything that's going on. I think it can just be, we can forget to take some time and think and be thankful, be so grateful for the small things, for the abundance in the little things, for the abundance in the time that we're spending with friends and family. And it sounds super cliche, but genuinely, I've been feeling like that's what really matters. I don't know, more so lately than anything, but let's see what the card says. Card number 13. Abundance takes on many forms: material possessions, friendships, excellent health, emotional stability, unique experiences. When you lock yourself into a narrow view on what defines abundance, you lose out on the whole picture of what it could mean. Open yourself up to as many forms of wealth and abundance that are possible, and watch your blessings multiply. Always remember that focusing on what you do not have is a surefire way to feed the energy and make that your truth. Every day, watch for signs of abundance from the universe. Acknowledge and be thankful, thus encouraging the continued flow of energy. Remember, the universe will always provide you with what you need. Amen. And I genuinely feel that. The more you affirm the abundance in like unique experiences and spending time with people and slow mornings and lunch and dinner and homemade home cooked meals and laughter and just good cinema, good TV, good film, good fashion, good music, good food. Like the more we lean into that, the more I lean into that, I just feel so rich. I feel so rich. And it is about material, and it is about the money, and it is about the wealth and the symbols and signs that we use to adorn ourselves or to make ourselves feel more abundant. It's about that as well. But I think it starts with like the underlying feeling tone of abundance as a state of being. And Grace writes a lovely post on abundance. Please go check it out, touchedbygrace.blog. The link will be in the description on medium.com. My dog's trying to get outside. So either way, we are talking about compassion. So I wanted to look up the definition of compassion. So the definition of compassion, it says the desire to help and willingness to help others be free from suffering. Girl, free me from suffering. Girl. So essentially, when I was looking up the definition, it means to suffer together. So I think it's easy to confuse compassion with empathy. And we know sympathy is feeling sorry for someone. Feeling empathy is feeling sorry with someone, empathizing, putting yourself in their shoes and saying, I can imagine how terrible that must feel. Compassion, I feel like kind of takes it a little bit step further, and it's like, I see you, I acknowledge you, I feel you, I embody you, I put myself in your position, but take it a step further. My heart is moved. I have a willingness to help you, to suffer together. Let's suffer together. Like having compassion for someone is going beyond, okay, I feel for you and I get it and I relate to you, but then what next? What beyond that? I feel like we as a society need way more compassion, and I think it opens up, it's just my opinion, I think it opens up your heart muscle, because it's one thing to see a homeless man on the street or a homeless woman on the street or even kids, or just to see a stray animal or something and to like really feel for them and to really empathize with them and feel that in your heart space. That's one thing, but to go a step further and take on that suffering. Your suffering is my suffering. Your hunger is my hunger. Your thirst is my thirst. To be so moved to do something about it. Like, yeah, giving them money, but also giving them food, giving them water, giving them a kind word, giving them a note, giving them a smile. I think those things, compassion is something that moves you to act beyond your feeling, that moves you to act and to do something and to say, okay, how can I join in your suffering in the kindest way, in the sweetest way? How can I join in on your suffering to help alleviate that? And it's really a wonderful feeling when you see it acted out, and it's also a wonderful feeling just to feel like when someone is having compassion for you or acting compassionate. It's just, I feel like it's a big heart opener. It's a big heart opener, and it kind of just forces you to like lean into love and lean into care and lean into essentially a care for humanity. It's one thing if you're having compassion for your friends and your family that you do know and that you see every day, and you can kind of rationalize, I'm doing this for you because I know you, because I seen your struggle. I seen where you've been. I see where you came from. I saw what you've been through, and I know how you grew up, and I know how hard you had it, and I know how hard you worked to get to your spot. It's super easy for us to be compassionate towards individuals that we know and that we have a relationship with. But the challenge is, can you be compassionate? Can you extend that extra hand, extend that extra dollar, extend that extra mile to someone who can't give anything back to you, to someone who you don't know, their struggles and what they've been through in life? I think we're so quick to judge. One of the things that comes to mind, giving homeless people money is never something that I've thought too hard about. Like, there are people who always give money to the homeless, and there's no question of why they're doing it. They're just doing it because they're kind. And then there's people who will never give money to people on the street, and they're like, oh, they're using that for drugs. They're using that. They probably got more money than me working on this corner. Da, da, da. They're taking advantage, yada, yada, yada. And those people are just never going to give their money to a person on the street for whatever reason. That's their own business. But I've never been that way. Like I've never questioned, because I feel like the way my heart is postured, it's like, I don't know. It's like, just give the money. In my head, I register, I guess, as like less fortunate or doing without, having without. It's not even really about what's on the signs: hungry, need money for kids, single dad. It's not about what's on the sign. Um, I think it's just a testament to how open your heart is. And I think not that God tests that, and God tests us and our higher selves. And, I don't think it's like a test, but I think it's like an opportunity or an invitation to see how we can expand, to see how we can give grace, to see how we can be free of criticism to people who we may have made predisposed judgments about. I think it's all like a heart test, but not that you're going to get anything after. It just is like, do you want to be the best human being? Like, do you want to be the best human being that you can be today? Does that always mean like giving money and donating? And no, that's not what that means, but just being compassionate. Can you just be more compassionate in your daily life to everyone around you every day, to the service workers, to the bartenders, to the people in the gas stations, to anyone that you come, to strangers, to people that you don't like, to the police officer that gave you a ticket, to everyone? Can you be more compassionate and take that position a little more versus just a position of not understanding and not giving grace? So one of the things you can do, or one of the things that I have done to increase my capacity for compassion, I'm going to say a meditation. I'm going to say a loving kindness meditation. And this is really good because it it stirs up just these loving kindness, compassionate emotions. You may be someone who naturally it's second nature to be nice to people and to just be polite and cordial, and I think that may come naturally to you. But even if you're not, and you're the type of person who you rarely show emotion and you're very business to the point, ABC, XYZ, let's execute, 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 the meditation, any loving kindness meditation is so great to open up your capacity for love, for compassion, for kindness, to just extend that love feeling tone. And it makes you feel good, genuinely. I've never done a loving kindness meditation and not felt 10 times better afterward. And so I think the best time to do it is when you are feeling a little bit maybe compassion fatigued, or if if you're having a hard time giving yourself grace. I know people are very hard on themselves more than others. And so I think a loving kindness meditation kind of hits like a reset button. So the way you do it is there are a few phrases that you repeat. Some common ones are may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. And so the way you do the meditation is you start out with a friend, someone that you know, someone that you love, and you close your eyes and you picture them in your imagination. And either out loud or to yourself, you say those phrases: may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. And the idea about this is it should be very easy to say that to your friend. You love them, you care for them, that should be very easy. And it opens your heart right away because you have no resistance to telling someone, your friend that you care about, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. And then once you've done that, you move on to an acquaintance, someone maybe you just met or someone you don't know that well, maybe someone in a work dynamic, someone who you don't like but you also don't dislike, is just kind of like a neutral feeling. And then you picture them in your imagination and you say the same phrases: may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. And so that opens up your heart a little bit further, because not that it was difficult to say that to an acquaintance, but it's not something that you would think too deep about, because do you really care if someone that you really don't know is happy or healthy or well? Probably not. But after saying that and picturing that, it kind of makes you feel for them more and humanize them more and say, even though I don't know you like that, I still want these good things for you. I still want loving and kind things for you. And then the next one, so you picture an enemy, someone who you actually actively don't like or you hate or they don't like you, somebody who you have conflict with. So you picture them, and of course, this is like the hardest one. You picture them in your imagination and you say the same phrases. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. And with this one, I would suggest staying with that and repeating those phrases until you feel it. Because I think at first when you do it, there's no emotion. It's not grounded, it's not rooted in anything because this is your enemy. This is someone you have conflict or beef with. You don't care if they're happy or healthy or well or anything. You don't even probably want to be thinking about them for that matter. So that really challenges your heart space to open up, to make the words connect. Because you can picture someone and say those words to them just like you can say an empty apology. Just because you say sorry doesn't mean you mean it, doesn't mean it was felt, doesn't mean it was received. And so the key to that one is holding your enemy, person you're beefing with, holding their image, holding their face in your mind and saying those phrases, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well, until you actually feel it and believe it and something shifts. And then that is usually like every time I do that, whoever the person is, it's just instantly like a surrender. Like your walls are kind of let down because the person who you have the most ill feelings toward or the most hateful feelings toward at this moment in time, you've allowed yourself to soften and to actually extend thoughts of love and kindness and gratitude and just wellness to them. And so that shifts the energy. It shifts the energy of how you feel about them. Maybe not permanently. After the meditation, you might go back to hating them, but it's like you can't deny the connection that you've just made. And then the last one, debatably, could be the easiest for people, could be the hardest for people, but you do yourself. So same thing, you picture yourself in your imagination and you say those same phrases. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be well. And then that's kind of the conclusion of the meditation. You can repeat any for however long you like, but that is a really great meditation to do if you want to get more into being compassionate, if you want to get more into the feeling of having compassion for people, if you feel like you're not giving people enough grace, if you feel like you're not giving yourself enough grace, I whip out that meditation and I feel 10 times better afterward. It's not a permanent fix, but it does something to the heart space. I think that is all I had today. And until next time.